Welcome to Cut Daisies and Unicorns, and this is a Trailer Friday, and I'm glad that you're here with us. We are, we're getting on track. Now, we're not in the rhythm yet, as I mentioned. we spent a little bit of time talking about the rhythm, but we're not exactly there yet, but we're working.
Hey,
we're putting in work.
Episode 2, Season 5.
Right.
We're making progress.
So now we just wait for you, the listener. You've got to find your rhythm too.
I got the rhythm. I'm not going to dance. Well, hey, welcome to, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little preview.
Right. It's like welcome to the weekend.
All right, the weekend's coming.
Mm-hmm.
If you're wondering what's going to be happening on Sunday, the title of Sunday is going to be somewhere along the lines of Phil interviews Steve about songwriting.
That's true. I do ask questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then me, typically, just like normal, I just rattle off whatever. I just keep going and going and going and going.
But it's a big part, of where you're at right now. That's the reason why. That's why more questions came to mind. Just all right, let's dig into that.
Yeah.
So.
And we're interested in the songwriters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're hoping to inspire other people to write songs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's I listened to the Broken Record podcast and that's all about it's those questions that you're digging in. It's the liner. What do they say? The liner notes for the digital age.
Okay.
You're trying to understand where people have come from. And where they even came up with ideas for songs or so to me it was just digging into your process, digging into the things that you're trying to be able to put out there. So even though right now you don't have an album, but doesn't mean you're working on lyrics and putting things together. It's a process. Dude, just trying to understand the creativity part.
Yeah, and a couple things that we didn't get into on the podcast for Sunday is, there are some incredible producers, and producers are different than engineers.
Right. Producers
are people that can pull out of the person more than what they ever think that they could, give.
Right.
So one of our favorites, Rick Rubin, would be a producer that you and I both would highly respect.
Oh yeah.
And certainly, and to tie this in, you're going to have to check in on the episode to hear more about Johnny Cash. But Rick Rubin basically resurrected Johnny Cash into his, I would call it the third variation of Johnny Cash's career.
Oh yeah.
And so but Rick Rubin, T-Bone Burnett is another good one.
Oh yeah.
And boy, as far as our day, our age of producers who are alive, and stuff like that. Who's becoming an up and comer in the production realm? Brandi Carlile.
Oh, right, because she has produced a couple.
Tanya Tucker, I believe that she did the production on that.
Yeah, and that was one of the. So they were on the Broken Record together, Brandi and Tanya Tucker. So yeah, Tanya. Yeah.
I'm like,
I've got to have English.
Hey, by the way,
words that are coming out.
I'm having a hard time talking right now. Usually the words are in my head, and then they have to come out. So Tanya Tucker. There's some really cool things. There's another guy that Cam Schneider just really loves, and he's one of the, I think it's Arbach, from the Black Keys.
Oh, yeah.
Is a huge dude in Nashville as far as producing. Not only is creative in his own right there, And it's one thing to be an engineer and to be able to know how to work gear.
Right.
And it's another thing to be a person who can work with people and pull out of people the thing. And and it's totally. But Rick Rubin, man, he is my Zen master.
I was gonna say that's exactly a good way to put him.
That dude is just like on a whole different universe.
Well, and the stuff that he's done, I mean, like, he works with pretty much every musical genre.
Mm-hmm.
And he's able to do that, not saying, like, hey, this one's my favorite, this one, no, but he is pulling people out of people from their genre. He's not being able to say, hey, I really need you to go over here. No, like, he wants them to be them, but also pulling more of that out.
Yeah.
I mean, JayZ, and
Man.
I mean, he's been in hip hop with, I mean, Beastie Boys, of course, Licensed to Ill.
Yeah.
Out of that, beginnings.
Yeah.
And then they parted ways after Licensed to Ill, but now have, come back together. So
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many people. Another person gone from performer to producer would be Jeff Tweedy of Wilco. He's got his own recording studio here in Chicago.
Yeah.
And actually on the Foo Fighters thing where they go to the different cities and stuff like that.
Sonic Highways.
Yeah, there's a place here in Chicago that's like famously known, and this guy, his whole thing, he was a punk rocker, and his whole thing is, you pay me for the session, we're done. I'm not taking anything on royalties at all. It's like altruistic. I mean, just like, but that I'm gonna put it out there. I have a good friend down in Denton, Texas, and they've got a studio, and he's there, and so anyway, like, we were working towards pre-COVID. We were working towards, like, I was going to head down to Denton and record. But there's another part of me, just because it was the band that influenced me to even start a band. I wouldn't mind working with Jeff Tweedy. I've kind of been kicking that around.
Yeah. So
if I can get the songs put together, some Jeff Tweediness might happen.
Yeah, that'd be great to.
What an experience, right?
Right.
Like, I mean, talk about just a life experience. Maybe just even 3 songs. And be like, hey, I'd like to come in and.
Because he's also worked with a lot of different genres too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Wilco is very, folk lyric driven kind of stuff, but then even as you mentioned him in this, as you're saying that he was more melody driven in the first place.
Yeah.
So but it's funny how I still see it as a lot of lyrical content from them. But I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and it takes a little bit of weird, to be able to get people thinking outside the norm, and so sometimes you have to take people there.
True.
Yeah. Yeah. People are like, what are you talking about? I have no idea, but you're listening now, aren't you?
Yeah, so we just kind of bled over from the full episode that you'll see on Sunday into a little bit of this conversation as well. We talk a lot about music and creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's a fun conversation, kind of digging into a lot of where you come from.
And if you're listening to this because it's shorter and you're like, my attention span works with that, just know that we're working towards episode 3 next week, game changers. You got any game-changing things in your life? We want to hear about it. So email us so that we'll have some content from you on some game changer stuff. But I got a couple game changers going on in my life right now, and so then I'm going to have Phil think through game changer. Right. When I was talking to Mike and Nicole, they told me an air fryer is a game changer in their household.
I've got one. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a game changer for me. But,
See, this is great.
Yeah.
Multiple levels. It's like climbing on the monkey bars. You know, just game changers. For some people, you know, it's a game changer. For other people, it's not a game changer.
Right.
Yeah. So, what's going on in your life?
Yeah.
That's changing the game.
It's changing your game.
Do you like games? Do you like change?
Yeah. Is life a game?
It's just a series of X's and O's or zeros and ones. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like some lyrics you could put to music.
No, that's Matrix shit. Yep. Vulgarity at its finest. We can draw a line around that and let you just think about that for a while. But yeah, if you haven't seen Matrix for a while, I'd invite you to go back and take a look at it. And
Just the first one.
Yep, just oh yeah, just the first one only. And by the way, don't spend any money to go see the latest one that was released.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
No.
But the first one was a game changer.
Yeah. Game changer.
Game changer.
Innovative. Done like nothing had been done before.
Right. I mean, even you know the graphics, the you know all of. I mean, just the way that they shot it was.
You know what?
In that way, it was game changing.
You know how things can like Pavlovianly like influence you?
Yeah.
You know, right now, this conversation, when I go to the Pottery Studio,
Yeah.
I'm going to pull out John Wick and watch me some Keanu Reeves. Keanu.
I do love John.
Breakpoint. Oh my gosh. I don't have that one, but
Yeah.
really good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but Keanu. That dude is aging well.
Yeah, I mean, some
Talk about a tall glass of milk.
Constantine. You know, Constantine is.
Oh, wow.
I like that movie too.
Gosh. That is harsh. That's a tough one.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the one that he said that he would be willing to do sequels of. That they never asked him for a sequel of Constantine.
Wasn't it with Al Pacino?
No, that's The Devil's Advocate.
Oh.
Which was also I liked. You know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I like lots of Keanu movies.
You know who else I like? He's easy on the eyes too. Hold on. I'm having a man crush, and it's like crushing my mind. I'll just keep talking. I'll remember it here in just a minute.
You know, it is funny that you mention man crushes because some reason I was having a conversation a little while back with Heather and Caitlin, and they were talking about like who are the men that you would think are you know like you know 8s, 9s, and 10s like on this scale of beauty.
Wow.
You know, and I'm like, I don't really know, but I mean, like, well, you know, because I really enjoy Ryan Reynolds, and I don't like I think that he's, you know, I mean, I think that he, you know, like fine, you know, but like I'm drawn to more of his like sarcasm and kind of some of that,
Yeah.
but I just enjoy him. Adam Project, which is new movie on Netflix.
So I haven't seen that. Is it good?
I say it's definitely worth a watch.
Okay. All right.
Now, is it like? I mean, is it? I think it's a good movie. Like it's just
And it's time travel, right?
It's a little, yeah, it is. And
Yeah.
it gives you like to me some of the nostalgia of like 80s, you know, like
Okay.
The Last Starfighter,
Okay.
E.T. I mean, there's lots of elements of, you know, and time travel and some of that stuff that comes in. Yeah, and there's some touching parts too.
Oh.
I mean, it has like father-son stuff. It has some
Wow.
mother-son stuff. I mean, there's just, yeah, I would say it's a definite, you know, you should take some time and watch it.
All right.
I mean, I think it's under 2 hours too, so you're also not, I mean, it's not a 3-hour flick.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to invest your whatever a whole night of it. But
Yeah.
yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
All right.
So
I'll give it a try because I've like gone over it and
yeah.
yeah.
But going back to that though, so that just had come to mind. But they were asking like these and they're like, yeah, we wouldn't even put that him up there. And I'm like, well, that's so like it seems strange to me. Like when you're talking about like beautiful men, like who would you put in that category?
Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Keanu is like, yeah. I mean, like, I think that he's, I read an article in GQ or something where he was, being interviewed. And this guy, I mean, like, he's living in this off suburb of wherever, a beautiful mountain area or whatever. And he goes down to the coffee shop and has coffee and just, I think what I can appreciate about him is I've watched him grow older. And so, like, I think he's aging well. The other guy I was thinking, Kevin Costner.
Oh, yeah.
Now, man, I love watching him in film. But again, when you watching him in Silverado versus seeing him in Yellowstone, there's a man who has aged, and he's wearing the John Dutton hat just fine.
Right.
And so, yeah. But other than that, I mean, I don't have a long list.
Yeah, we actually then went back to also Dancing with Wolves too. With
I just watched that recently, last week. Yeah,
we did that about a month ago. I mean, I think it was after the last season of
Tatanka.
Yellowstone. We went back and watched Dancing with Wolves because we hadn't. Heather's like, I don't know if I've ever even like really sat with that at all. Like, I think I remember seeing pieces or parts or but yeah. So we went back and watched that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Which I would agree. I think that he's aging well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and he's a little bit older than Keanu Reeves, but
yeah. And so, I like the guy who played Batman before this latest Batman movie.
Ben Affleck?
No, the one
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Christian Bale.
Mm-hmm.
I like Christian Bale a lot.
Yeah.
Did Christian Bale play the dude on in Ford versus Ferrari?
Yes.
See? Crush. Right there.
Did you see him in American Psycho?
No.
Oh, you should pick up American Psycho. He definitely plays a psycho well.
I don't know, dude. See, like I'm starting to get into these rom-coms, lighthearted.
Did you watch I Want You Back? It has Charlie Day in it, which is the reason why it's the only I don't usually pick up rom-coms at all. But that rom-com, because it had Charlie Day in it, I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch it. And so we watched it with Heather and Caitlin. And I think it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty good. And it's on Amazon, so.
Okay. Hey, and just for the internet and for my phone who's listening to me, I want to go on the record. I think Netflix is failing us. But I think what's happening is Netflix has it is going through a very difficult growth pain because now all of these other studios are doing their apps and they're keeping their content to themselves. And so it just means that Netflix doesn't have the content that it used to fund. I mean, Disney Plus, all of that stuff. Where was it at? It was Netflix, But man, I watch a ton of Prime. And I think Prime Amazon Prime Studios, I think that they're doing really, really well.
Well, and they got the Lord of the Rings coming out too, their version of like the
prequel to Pieces of Her on Netflix.
I don't know if I know that one.
Yeah. It's at least on my zip code, it's in the top 10 or whatever, but we went through and we binged that on a weekend. And it's about this lady and her daughter's a figure skater, and she's being accused of being a sleeper Russian spy. So good.
Okay.
Incredible twist on the last episode. No spoiler alert. Not gonna do it.
Yeah.
So, hey, on a gloomy day in Chicago, we don't know what our Friday is going to hold, but by the time you see this, you'll know that we've lived through it. And, just a sneak peek into cultural relevance and the guys we have crushes on.
Right. And it's okay.
It's absolutely okay.
Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
You always got to go with content over the package, right?
Right.
I quite frankly, if somebody's going to give me a gift, if it's wrapped in a brown paper sack, I'm cool. Just as long as what's in the brown paper sack isn't dog poo.
They called the shit poop.
That fire's going out. Splat. And also for the record, everyone, I want to let you know that I can't sing little ditties on camera.
It's true.
Because we get flagged for copyright.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know why or if they care. I'm not really sure why they care so much.
I don't know either.
I mean, because we're not monetized.
Right.
And so, but hey, apparently people who are creating really care a lot about their copyright. So,
yeah, you would think to me, like if you're bringing it up, it's more promotion. Why would they care about promotion?
And it's not like I'm doing this thing and I'm doing a concert or whatever. I'm not needing to pay BMI or ASCAP. I mean, come on.
Well, to me, you look at a thing, a medium like TikTok.
Yeah.
Like they are monetizing and you can use pretty much whatever songs you want to and you can put them on there. Like nobody's, so where is the...
Oh, another rom-com that's good.
Yeah.
Because you were saying songs and monetizing. Mm-hmm. Marry Me. With,
Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, J-Lo.
And what's his name?
Or no, not J-Lo. Is that J-Lo?
Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, and Wilson.
Yes.
Owen Wilson.
That's what I was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a cutie.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Feel good.
Yeah, I don't always like Jennifer Lopez, so that's what I always like.
I think that Owen will surprise you, and she needed to be grounded, and he needed to be elevated. It's a love story.
All right. Yeah. So putting those out there if you're looking for some rom-coms.
Now understand, some of this stuff is garbage.
For sure.
So, full disclaimer, you're watching it, feel free to shut it off.
Right. You got to dig through the garbage to find some gems sometimes.
Oh, man, that's exactly what happens. Mm-hmm. All right.
So what other gems have you found in the garbage?
I don't know. That 2-day-old takeout was not good.
I wish I would have left it in the garbage. Oh, boy.
All right, everybody. We're going to sign off, and you have a great rest of your Friday evening, and we'll look forward to you watching on Sunday.
Yep. We'll see you on Sunday on your big screen or small screen.
Or no screen.
Or no screen.
Listen to the lovely of the voices in your ear holes.
Right. Take care, everybody.
All right.